Hey guys, my name's Chris. I'm sure a lot of you will have seen me around some of the forums online for building websites. So I thought I'd share some information about my website. Just to get started, I'm not selling anyone anything or anything like that. The reason I'm doing this is 100% because I've gotten a lot of value from other people and started making friends with other people online. On the forums and YouTube comments and things, and I thought, well, I may as well share some of what I'm doing as well, because I know we all enjoy seeing each other's projects and sort of following along. So this is my first site. I do have two sites, but this is the first one I made, and it's just over a year old now, so I thought I'd share with you how it's going. So let's get into the PowerPoint. So here you can see that this site was started in April 2019, and it's now April 2020, so it's 1 year old. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how many sessions per month I got after 12 months. I'll give you all these values straight up front, and then you can decide whether you want to keep following or not. How long it took me to get to 100,000 page views, my current revenue streams, my revenue breakdown, my monthly traffic breakdown, and a bit of a SWOT analysis of what is going well in the site and what's not going as well. And there are definitely some strengths and weaknesses of this site, some things that I think are doing really well, and some things that, I mean, you're going to see are doing pretty poorly as well. So sessions per month at 12 months, give you the value right up front. Sessions per month at 12 months is about 150,000 sessions. And that looks like around about 5,000 per day from Google, or about 6,600 sessions per day. All this information, you can see that screenshot there, is from my app, my Google Analytics app. That's actually a little bit old. That was about a week ago. The past week I've been doing really well. I probably should have updated this. I'm a bit over 150,000 sessions, and yesterday I got 5,800 visitors from Google, so it's kind of popped quite a bit in the last week after kind of recovering from coronavirus. But I can talk about that in future videos if you want. So article breakdown, it has around about 250 articles on it. 200 of those are info posts, and 50 of them are buyer keyword posts for Amazon affiliate, things like best X for Y. And 100 of them have been written in the past 12 months. So 2020, my goal has been to write 365 articles, one per day. So between this site and my other site, I'm still kind of on track for that. So revenue, again, this has actually changed since I made this PowerPoint a couple of days ago. My revenues from Azoic's closer to about 920 at the moment, but let's stick to this. 820 through the coronavirus pandemic. And you can see here that my SERP tracker, I use SERP Robot. It's really good. I'd strongly recommend it. I found out about it off Sean Mars, who's also got a YouTube vlog that I really like. But I've got 62 out of about 200 articles that are in the top 3, and in the top 10, 99, or more than 50% of my articles are in the top 10. A lot of these articles are new, as you saw on the previous slide. A lot of the articles are under 3 months old, so I would still consider them to be in sort of the URL level sandbox, and I would hope to see them popping and hopefully start seeing closer to 100 articles in the top 3. And of course, that may help my revenue, but we'll see what happens. And then, of course, I'm also getting revenue from Amazon. Now, I did pivot to Amazon recently because my EPMV, my earnings per 1,000 visitors from my ad network, Azoic, has been really, really bad, especially over the coronavirus. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to pivot to Amazon affiliate and see how I go. So I wrote 50 articles in 50 days for this site that are all buyer keywords articles. They're all less than 3 months old, so they're very young. But I'm already making $82 in the past month from them. So I'm hopefully going to see some growth from Amazon revenue as well, to sort of diversify that revenue. That I wrote those 50 keywords literally like just before the Amazon affiliate revenue change, which was a bit of a pain, but whatever. I still think Amazon affiliate's still going to do all right. And you can see here that they haven't popped yet. There's none in the top 3, 3 in the top 10, and they're all ranked number 10 in the SERPs. So my articles aren't doing too well yet, but hopefully when they all jump, we'll start seeing a bit better revenue from Amazon as well. So there's the breakdown, about $900 in the past 30 days. As I said, my Zoic revenue started going up quite a bit in the past week. So I'd expect probably in May making about 1,100, 1,200. So yeah, that's kind of the revenue I'm on at the moment. And then of course my domain authority. I do believe in link building. I think link building is an important thing for building your site. So I strongly disagree with people like Income School on that measure. So I have been building links over the past year. My domain authority is 28. I'm pretty happy with the domain authority of 28 after a year. This is the first site I've ever made, and I was aiming for 30. So I think I did okay there. And you can see my Ahrefs DR is 19. I don't really follow Ahrefs all that much, so I don't know what 19 really is relatively. But yeah, about 55% do follow. So that's pretty good, I think. Here's how I build the links. Haro is my main source. I help a reporter out. I usually get about 3 links per month from Haro. It's really good. They're all homepage links directly to my homepage, and they're from really, really good sources. I've gotten several DA90 plus sources, and usually they link back to my site using my site's name or my personal name. I haven't shared my surname here because I don't want to give you too much information. I don't actually want to give away the site, just in case. But if you found out the site's name, to be honest with you, the revenue's crap anyway, so you probably don't want to follow my lead. Guest posts, I've written probably closer to 20, but I wanted to be conservative here, so I'm going to say about 15 guest posts, 15 to 20 over the past year. Getting a lot of natural links. I have a lot of images in a lot of my my pages. Those natural links seem a little bit spammy, and you can see here on the screen that my spam score is 28%, which is quite high. So I think that might be coming from some of the natural links, but I'm not sure. And of course, no paid links for this site. Site 2, I am buying links. I've outsourced all of my link building, but for this site, 0 paid links. It's mostly driven by Haro, which is really good quality links. Okay, so my monthly breakdown, which I should say I started in January actually, not April, but I started a site and then failed at the site basically. So in January 24, I registered a domain name. I wrote 30 articles and I tried to do some link building for that site. I think I got about 7 guest posts in those months. And then I kept getting responses from people who were saying, mate, your domain name is spammy as hell. I'm not going to link to a domain name like that. And I looked at the domain name and went, oh crap, it could be misinterpreted as a super spammy domain name. And I didn't realize at the time. So I actually tried to do all 301 redirects to my new domain. Did not work at all. I got put straight back at day 1 of the sandbox. But the current site I have was registered on the 11th of April, and I was back starting all over again. So site 1, April 2019, month 1. I'm going to follow the sessions here because sessions is most important to me because Zoic measures my EPMV, my earning per 1,000 visitors, based upon sessions, not page views. So I got 225 sessions. I'm sure a lot of them were me because I'm sure my Google Analytics isn't set up right to hide when I visit it. So basically nothing. And you can see down the bottom there, you see that arrow in the bottom left-hand corner. That's my growth over the whole 12-month period. And you can see there that first 6 months, literally nothing happened. And we all know that there's a sandbox. I believe strongly that the sandbox effect is in existence, both on domain level and URL level. My SERP tracker really clearly reflects that any of my new URLs don't jump for a couple of months at the very least. So month 2 got up to 284 sessions, still barely a thing. Month 3, 567 sessions. Month 4, 940 sessions. Month 5, 2,000 sessions. And this is where it starts getting interesting. I'm just getting over 50 visitors per day. And you can see towards the end of that month, it's really, really starting to pop. And of course, you can see month 6 is usually the month that you get out of the Google sandbox. And that was really reflected in this experience that I had with my first site. September 2019, just under 2,000 sessions. I applied for a Zoic, got into a Zoic pretty quickly and started earning money after month 6. So I think in month 7, I made about $80 from Zoic. So month 7's 25,000 sessions. So I'm really popping now. And I applied for Mediavine. I ended up getting declined by Mediavine actually, and I've got some slides on that later. But then 55,000 sessions, month 8, month 9, 80,000 sessions. But if you, sorry, I should mention the seasonality up there as well. This was the first time that I saw a bit of weakness in my site. December, 2 things happened. My revenue, my EPMV dropped. It absolutely plummeted from like $12 per visitor to around about $5 or $6 per visitor, and it's never recovered since. And I've had a lot of discussions with Ezoic. They've been really useful, especially on the Ezoic Premium program. I've had professionals sit down with me and look at my ad layouts and everything. We just can't get it to get any better. It's just the niche I'm in is just not very good for ad revenue, unfortunately. But you can see that seasonality dip in December. Around about the 20th of December, I bloody panicked. December the 20th, when I looked at my Google Analytics and I'd like literally 50% drop in revenue, I panicked so bad, and I thought that I was never going to recover, and I was so sad for these couple of weeks. But I did recover, and it was all a learning curve. Something to show you though is I did actually hit 105,000 page views, not sessions, but page views, at exactly the 9-month mark. So January the 11th was exactly 9 months since I had registered my domain, and the 30 days up until January 11th, I had 105,000 page views, which is why I named this video 100,000 page views in 9 months. January, I recovered the first week of January. I had the best week I'd ever had. And then January 9th, 10th, thereabouts, a algorithm update hit. And I got hit by the algorithm update. And then it was not a very happy December, January, when I was so sure I was going to be making $15 per 1,000 visitors. And my site was growing so well. I was like, yes, I'm going to be sipping mojitos on the beach before you know it. And then December seasonality, January algorithm update, and the low EPMVs. And I really realized this is going to be a long, hard journey. But you can see there I did hit over 100,000 sessions that month, month 10. And after the algorithm update, I did recover a little bit. February and March were really quite strong for me. You can see February there, we've got 127,000 sessions, 150,000 page views. And there's an arrow down there. You can see in February and March down the right-hand corner, just a really nice growth there. The reason it's so jumpy up and down is that those bottoms, that's Saturdays. And then midweek is my height. And then March, the start of March was really good. And then, as everyone knows, mid-March comes coronavirus, and bang, 30% drop, which was a little bit upsetting. But I mean, mine's my niche. Without giving away my niche, it's kind of linked to the workplace, which would explain why December was a bit of a crash. And then coronavirus, people aren't going to work, so they're not going on the internet and trying to find out this information. So it dropped. But still, you can see that my sessions did continue to grow month on month. 137,000 sessions, 160,000 page views. And that's the end, because April, of course, is month 13. So right now, towards the end of April, I'm sitting at about 150,000 sessions. In fact, in my Zoic dashboard this morning, I saw that today was the day I jumped over 150,000 sessions, and they're around about 5,000 visits a day. This week, I've done really well, closer to 5,800. But yeah, we can still see that there's growth happening. Some of those articles, I wrote 100 articles this year already. Some of them are starting to jump up, which is really nice, and I'm seeing some growth. Okay, so just before we end, a bit of a strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats analysis for this website. As you would have seen, there are some strengths. My traffic is excellent, but there's weaknesses as well. My revenue is terrible. So let's have a look. Strong traffic growth. One thing that I really think is a strength of this site is I'm not relying on one company. After we saw that where Amazon just said, look, we're just going to cut people's affiliate revenue by up to 60%, which is what happened for my site number 2. there's a lot of threat within an Amazon affiliate site that Amazon will just pull the rug out from underneath you. I feel like I'm not too reliant on one company for this one, because even if a Zoic goes bust, I can just move over to Monumentric, or someone else will appear in the market. So I feel like I'm pretty good about that. I feel pretty good that the content is evergreen. I'm not going to have to go back and redo it and fix it up. I mean, every now and then, like maybe once a month, I'll get an email from someone who says, hey, did you notice that on this page you made a little bit of a mistake? And I'll say, oh, thanks. And I'll go and fix that up. But that's all I really need to do. And the link building was pretty easy using Haro. Now, Haro doesn't work for everyone. The reason it worked for me is because in this niche that I'm in, I would be considered an expert, I guess, even outside of like building the website. It was my profession for a while, which is why Haro is happy to link to me. So SWOT analysis weaknesses, it is very hard to monetize this audience. They are not giving me money for the ads. It is very reliant on Google. So if Google, slammed me with a penalty, for example, I'd be in a lot of trouble. But I mean, my link building has been pretty white hat for this one, so I should be okay. I have a very poor EPMV, as I've been mentioning, and I'll show you that on the next slide why. And I can't get into Mediavine or AdThrive. And here is the Mediavine rejection letter I got from them on 12th of December 2019. Hi Chris, thanks so much for taking the time to apply to Mediavine. During the evaluation process, we determined that you have a large amount of traffic coming from countries that will not monetize well. So let me show you on the next slide where my traffic's coming from. And this is where the problem is. United States, I'm only getting 29% of my traffic from the United States. And then a whopping 19% from India. I had no idea my niche was so popular in India. I may as well be writing about cricket. And then some of the usual culprits, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada. But those tier one, no offense to India, you guys are great, but you're not giving me money. Those tier one people like United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, they're the countries I want to be at the very top because they're the ones that are going to make me money. And you can see that the reflection in my EPMV, my earning per 1,000 visitors, is like $5. This week it's been $7 or $8, but yeah, recently hasn't been very good at all. And here is a bit of a breakdown. This is from the Zoic Big Data Analytics. My revenue from India, EPMV from India, is 92 cents per 1,000 visits. How terrible is that, right? Here in this page, it's saying that around about 20% of my visits are from India and only 3% of my revenue. Which begs the question, should I be geo-blocking India? Should I have something a WordPress plugin that blocks people from India? Because the question, there's something that they said in the Mediavine rejection letter was that low competition between partners and low CPMs for each ad space would pull down overall earnings and RPM. One of my interpretations of that statement was India is pulling down your RPM across every page view, not just the Indian page views. So you can see that my United States earnings per 1,000 visitors around about $12.60. If India wasn't in the mix here, would my United States EPMV be closer to $15, $16? I don't know. So I don't know what to do about this. It is the big Achilles heel of this page, of this website. So opportunities. When I realized that my EPMV was so low, I said, look, February this year, I am just going to hammer on the Amazon affiliate buyer keywords articles and try to bring in that part of ad revenue to diversify. I'm not going to lose, this DA of 28 that I've built up as a great domain authority in the first year. I don't want to lose that. Maybe I can do some buyer keywords in my niche. So I wrote 50 Amazon affiliate articles in 50 days. You can see that I'm making $80 a month at the moment from them. Fingers crossed that's going to grow. I do have over 100 articles still in the URL level sandbox, as I've mentioned. I think that they're going to pop, and I think that I'm going to start getting revenue from those articles as well. I also have thousands of other articles that I can write still. As it says there, many keywords left to mine. And every time I iterate on my keyword research, I get a little bit better. I go through my data analytics and say, what pages are the pages that have got the higher EPMV, higher income per 1,000 visitors, and try to focus on those areas of my niche and try to write more pages from those areas. So as I iterate, each time I do another big batch of keywords, hopefully that EPMV will start going up. So we'll see what happens. So there are some opportunities. I have also been jumping up. Zoic Premium has tiers, like certain, there's a 3-star tier and then a 4-star tier and a 5-star tier. And they've recently invited me into the 4-star tier. And then my revenue went up from jumping into that as well. So, we can still see some growth in EPMV, fingers crossed. And I could use Surf SEO to try to pop some of the older pieces as well. See, I've got some articles that are in the top 30, but not in the top 3. I've got maybe like 70 of them that are sort of hovering up there, close to the top, but not quite at the top. And maybe I can use a Surfer SEO to improve my on-page SEO there and see if I can jump some of them in the top 3, and that might increase my revenue as well. So there is definitely some opportunities still with this site. As I mentioned, here we go, that I've got none of my best X for Y ones in the top 3 yet. So hopefully some of that revenue will increase. So there's opportunities, even though there's some bad things, there's some good possibilities as well. Here are my threats. Articles written 5 to 6 months ago, some of them still haven't jumped. So some of them might have just been a waste of time. The site does keep getting kicked. There was the December seasonality, and then there was that January algorithm update, and then March was the coronavirus. What's going to happen next? We can't sort of bank on that traffic always being there. And of course, Amazon not being a reliable revenue source, but fortunately this was more of an info keyword play. And then another threat that I do have is my spam score is weirdly high at 28%. So, we'll see what happens there. Okay, what next? Goals, write hundreds more articles. I want to have 450 articles on this site, so 200 more by December 2020. I want to grow my revenue. Could I possibly grow my revenue to $3,000 per month on site number 1? Maybe I can. It is very easy to get views on this website, so maybe I can get it to 450,000 sessions per month. It's a lot of sessions to get to, but if I get there, $3,000 per month, it's better than a kick in the teeth. So that'll be really nice. Get buyers keywords onto the front page of Google. I've already said that. And then of course, grow that domain authority still. And I'm starting to come up with some new strategies to get links from people without having to put too much effort in. And I might share some of them in future videos if people like this video. Okay, bigger picture, I do want to diversify to more sites as well. I started building site number 2. I registered the domain maybe 6-9 months ago, and then I put 8 pages on it. I think there were 4 buyer keyword pages and then 4 info pages, and just left it. And then when I finally got around to signing up for Amazon in February, I thought that I was going to be like 90 days and I'll get kicked out. And then within the first couple of days, I made $30 in revenue. I was like, oh my God, what? I've been like missing all this revenue. So I went back and I looked at it, and turned out that this site number 2 that I just registered and let sit with only 8 pages was making me a lot of money per month for just 8 pages. So I've really been doubling down on site 2 recently. I'm up to 40 pages on it. I want to get it up to 100 pages. It's going to be an Amazon affiliate play. So I'll have 2 sites, one an info site and then one an Amazon affiliate site. So I'm a little bit more diversified. So you can see there, site number 2, looking very promising, making me $121 a month at the moment. Okay, if you're still here, thanks for hanging around. I don't expect too many people to hang around this far through the video, but future videos, if you're interested, leave me comments underneath. Say, hey Chris, can you show me some stuff? What have you been doing here, there, and everywhere? I'm happy to talk. I'm happy to give back to the community. As I said, I'm not trying to sell anything. This is mostly just a vlog to have chats with people who I'm starting to make friends with online. So future videos, I'll show you site 2, my Amazon affiliate play, and how I'm building this Amazon affiliate site. I have a very structured way in which I'm building that site. Show you my link building strategies. I have some strategies for sort of white hat link building and some gray hat strategies as well, which are pretty good. Show you my keyword research strategy. I don't use KGR. Got nothing against people who use it, but I just don't think it's data driven enough. So I have my own keyword research strategy. Show you my writing templates. My writing templates save me a lot of time. Share my thoughts on some of the tools that I use, and share my thoughts on methods promoted by people on YouTube. So strong opinions about Income School. Doug's a really nice bloke. But I have some opinions about KGR, obviously, and Spencer Hawes and Authority Hacker are the two people who I followed the most, who've helped me out. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for hanging out and watching the video. Leave any comments below about anything you want to say, any questions you have. If you want me to make any videos about my own strategies, I'm more than happy to make those videos. But apart from that, thanks very much.